I'd like you to take a look.
Put your hands up, everybody just dance up. Put your hands up, everybody just dance up. We came to party rock, so flash your like Mardi Gras. They call me Red Flu. I walk in the club with a bottle or two. Shake it, spread on a body or two. Then walk out the party with a howdy or two. Oh. Then walk out the party with a howdy or two. Oh. 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 I'm gonna make you sweat. A night you won't forget.
In the club, we light it up. 80 hour.
Let the party rock.
It's a woman, let's say she's 23 years old and she's heavy set. And she lives in a small town. And she's got to take care of her mother, so she can't move out of that small town. And since she was 11 years old, she's been at the bottom end of the social ladder. She goes online and can choose a different body, not the heavy set one. And suddenly, the angel that's inside of her is released and becomes validated by these other people who have no idea what she looks like. I can't blame that person for spending a lot of time in a synthetic world. Yes, I agree that there's a problem in that situation, but the problem is not with her, it's with us.
You know, some people are real nervous in person, and there isn't any of that online.
You know, I'm funny, I'm witty. I'm way more funny when I'm typing than I am when I'm actually just talking to people.
Typing out, you know, I love yous and things like that. Of course you feel something inside.
Yeah.
They let you be who you want to be, with no limits, basically, except for the game mechanics. And even gender, you can be whatever gender you feel like being. It really lets you be free from your physical body, and I like that.
People get to know each other faster, or at least they think they do. They tend to reveal secrets about themselves way faster. And so everything happens in fast forward online.
Whenever I got on the game, I ended up walking out with 20, 30, 40 friends, and people just know me right off the bat. Like, oh, wow.
I guess I'm surprised that they feel like real memories. Sometimes I'll think about, you know, a certain event that happened, and it feels as real a memory as, let's say, going to a friend's wedding.
When you're in the guild and you've helped somebody out for so many years, you know, without actually meeting them, that people are ready to throw down things to help you out.
It's not just about games, it really is about community, which is really what it's about anyway, I think.
You go to a 9-to-5, you know, job, you have bills, you've got mortgages, you've got kids, you've got, you know, just the mundane existence of life.
A lot of players have what they perceive as dead-end jobs. They're paper pushers, they're nameless secretaries. And they log on to these worlds, and suddenly there's someone with power.
Who are you not to be great? You, with the imagination of a brilliant child and the powers of an ancient god. Who are you to be ordinary? You, who can rescind life, or raise the dead? Who are you to be afraid? You who can serve as judge and jury while hoarding infinite lives. Who are you to be a slave to the past? You who can travel time like the oceans and rewrite history with a single word. Who are you to be anonymous? You whose name should be spoken in reverent tones or in terrified whispers. And who are you to deny greatness? If you would deny to yourself, you deny to the entire world. And we will not be denied.
We have 3 big rules of game development on our team at Bethesda Game Studios that we use when we create them. I'm going to back my way through them. Number 3 is define the experience. Don't define your game by a list of features. Define it by the experience you want the player to have. And in the kind of games that we create, that experience is be who you want and go do what you want. This is a better design for Skyrim than some giant list of features of all things you can do. This gives you a feeling, and it conjures up things in your own mind of who you would be and what you would do and where you would go, and the game rewards exploration.
We understand what humans look like. We see them all the time. And so our eyes are so acute, we pick on the subtlest of details. Now, we've been working on rendering faces for some time. You've seen us ever since GeForce 256. We try it every single generation because this is an endeavor worthwhile. Although it's difficult, this is an endeavor worthwhile. And it's the benefits, I'll explain in a second, if I can convey to you, if I can impress you with the upcoming demonstration. But before we show you what the new technology will do, let me show you what we did just recently. This is Dawn. Dawn is a fairy. Dawn is beautifully rendered. The hair is beautiful. This is Kepler Dawn. It took us nearly 20 years to be able to create what appears to be a fairy, beautifully animated. The thing that's really cool about Dawn is her skin and her hair. The way that the human skin works it doesn't just bounce light. Light actually permeates through our skin, scatters underneath our skin, and then comes bouncing out in a whole lot of different directions. That creates that kind of lifelike look instead of plaster or just brown paint. She's really, really quite beautiful. The thing that, and Dawn is a breakthrough in a lot of ways. The depth of field effects that you see that create the cinematic look in this particular shot. The soft shadows. Look at her pores. The bump maps, the light maps, the specular maps. All of this technology that was necessary to produce Dawn. But let's Dawn, if we could have Dawn do a performance, please. And this is where the challenge of computer graphics comes. And in fact, this roboticist in Japan, Masahiro, observed that the uncanny valley is much deeper and has a much greater cliff when a particular object is in motion. And you can see how in fact earlier she was beautiful, and now you can tell obviously that she is computer animated. She's still a wonderfully, beautifully rendered computer animation, but it's an animation nonetheless. FaceWorks is really a breakthrough piece of work. And, well, let's show it to you. This is digital IRA. IRA is not a recording. IRA is being processed in real time on a GPU called the Titan. Just mathematically, it takes about 8,000 instructions, 8,000 instruction long program to articulate the geometry, all of the meshes, and all of the pixel processing necessary for each and every pixel. Each one, the 8,000 instructions, call it 5 floating point operations per instruction, 40,000 ops per pixel. Multiply that by, call it half the screen of HD, and multiply that by 60 hertz, and you get something along the lines of about 2 teraflops, which is about half of the performance necessary by Titan, which is one of the reasons why we built Titan, so that we can do things like this. Now, of course, the lighting is wonderful. You can see the subtleties of the pores. Look at the way the shadow rolls over him. His eyes. Now imagine each and every one of us would have one of these scans done. And I frankly think that every important person on earth ought to have it done. Could you imagine if Lincoln had this done? And we could literally sit there and talk to him and listen to him talk and give that speech in a fidelity like this. What would it be like if we could use this for telepresence? So instead of video conferencing, our words are translated into instructions which would express or animate the avatar on the other end. We can talk to you from just about any angle. You can move around and look around. Now let's make Ira say a few things just to. So Ira, what did you have for breakfast?
I ordered a yogurt parfait, and the whole parfait was fruit, frozen fruit. There was no yogurt. It's supposed to be half fruit and half yogurt, but the whole thing is frozen fruit.
That's pretty amazing, huh? That's really amazing. Hey, let me ask you something. Have you heard of S.H.I.E.L.D.? What do you think about S.H.I.E.L.D.?
Take my money!
explain to me how it's gonna Oh, it worked. Jerry's a chicken.
Mustache Man, your worst nightmare has arrived.
One of these! Okay.
I get home at 9 o'clock every night, or 9:15 every night. I get online, I usually raid from as soon as I walk in the door because she's logged my character in.
The raid starts at 9, so this way if I log him in early, he's already invited and like ready to go.
So there's about 6 hours a night on World of Warcraft. And that's not counting the weekends where I'm off when I spend like, 8-9 hours online or more.
All day long.
All day long. Like this last Sunday, I think I probably spent about 12 hours online. If we're waiting for a raid to start, she'll be sitting there balancing the checkbook.
Yeah.
Where's my receipts?
It's gonna be $70 for...
Do you want me to put that on the card?
Yeah, you might have to. Alright. Let's eat. I'm starving.
Until I met Carolee, there is no woman that I had met who was worth giving up gaming for. If Carolee asked me to give up gaming, I probably would. But the thing is that I know she won't.
I wouldn't. I know that's what he likes to do, and I wouldn't ask him to quit.
And that's why I love her. I mean, I have my priorities, and my priorities are her, and soon to be those. Them.
These video game environments may actually be holding up a very critical eye to the society that we have out here. That it might be saying something deeply and dramatically negative about the kind of world we have built out here. If we lose hundreds of millions of people to these synthetic environments, that would be a terrible condemnation of the kind of world we've made out here.
We lost electricity last week. We had power to everything but the basement, the back room where the computers are, and our bedroom. We still had power, like in the bathroom, kitchen, and living room upstairs. So he takes an extension cord from the bathroom to hook up his computer. Just so that he can play while the power's still out. That is addicted.
No, it's not. I was here, I didn't want to watch TV. What's the difference if I watch TV or if I sit out there and play WoW? What's the difference?